Yeah, so my mic was muted, blah blah. But we do have draft going on right now. It's a little bit scuffed. Apologies for that, but you know it's the nature of the tournament. It's kind of scuffed to begin with, but we'll see how it goes. So we have Lulu, we have Varus, we have Milio. You know, pretty standard ball lane, pretty standard supports going on over here. We'll see what blue side opts to pick over here. It is a little bit awkward without the background noise, so I do apologize for that. Let me see if I can maybe do some background noise. 1 second. Okay, we got a Thresh. That's pretty exciting. We'd like to see that. Hopefully I don't get DMCA, but that's perfectly fine. Whatever. Champ select music. That's better. Season 6 for the OGs. Okay, so we got Sion. Interesting champ here. You don't see it too much. Casually, but... casually it's more of a thing, but... Oh, Mastery. Oh, okay, we're definitely pulling out the pocket picks early. So, this interesting thing about... this type of style of drafting is... that you know, these champs can only be played once. We can only ever do that, and it looks like actually we might have been spectating the wrong champion selected in the first place. Okay, this is very scuffed. Okay, we're gonna quickly adjust. So that was a different game actually. Whoops. Okay, let me pull this up. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so draft is gonna get underway very shortly. And I think they're good to go. Okay, we are just gonna be waiting for the draft to start. We got We're Gonna Die versus Nightmare Blunt. Rotation. I haven't done too much research on these teams, but I haven't had the chance. But you know, these two teams seem pretty formidable, and given the name of We're Gonna Die, I think one team is kind of favored here. But you know, we'll never know what happens. We never know what happens. So you can't 100% predict it, and bans are on the way. So let's see what blue side bans here first. So we got Alistar. Just hovering it for now, see what we got. Okay, so it was a Rengar instead of an Alistar. Interesting hover there, but you know, Sona on red side also banned. Draven's been really strong so far lately. Very strong potential to really carry these games and to take over. Xerath, I've also been seeing a lot of Xerath in solo queue. This champion has been pretty relentless in terms of, you know, its poke ability and just output in general. Also, just want to make sure my mic is alright and everyone can hear me okay. Okay, we got Brand first pick. We'll see where it goes. We have been seeing a lot in the jungle recently. As opposed to being, you know, conventionally more of a support mid laner pick, but it has become more popular than the jungle in the season, so we'll see if it does go there, but at the moment it is more of a flex than anything. Neferi as well, okay. I lost to this champion in solo queue today, and it was not pretty. This champ can literally kill you in less than a second, and we'd love to see assassins just for more exciting gameplay in general. Okay, what else we got? We got the Jhin, you know, fairly solid ADC, pretty stable. I personally think, you know, sometimes Jhin can feel really useless if he gets behind. You know, he just doesn't really do that much damage, and based on the enemy team comp, it can kind of just be tickling, especially if they get really tanky. So it's just a matter of if Jhin can get ahead and really get those items to really unlock his output and his abilities. Okay, we got the Yuumi. High action gameplay is incoming. Love to see it. Okay, who is the Yuumi going to be paired with? So we know that Brand is at least going to go in mid or jungle. Zeri, okay. Zeri, Yuumi, very classic combination. Zeri's coming back a little bit more after some little bit of tuning. Zeri does seem a bit stronger now, and you know, Zeri, Yuumi, obviously just classic combo. Just a matter of how does Nightmare Blunt rotation, how they're going to shut it down. Let's see, last pick here on the first round of draft. Taking their time here. And it is the Lux. Okay. It's a Morgana, actually. Yeah, I think with someone like Yuumi and Brand, you know, Morgana with that spell shield will really help out in terms of just negating those stuns and those damage. Now, second round of bans here. Let's see what happens. I think a big worry that a lot of people had in this tournament would be, you know, ADCs being banned out, but it's good to know that, you know, we're not seeing that, at least for now, and that we're getting a good mix of, you know, everyone sort of banning what people believe are their strong picks. Ornn also banned out, just preventing some late game scaling shenanigans. And the Master Yi. Interesting ban. I'm not quite sure about the Master Yi. Maybe there's a ban, a one trick that we're not quite aware of, but you know, Yi is again just a champion that can really do some silly things, to say the least. Okay, Talia. Looking like Talia's probably gonna go into the jungle. Oh, okay. So it's gonna be the Udyr instead in the jungle, or it could go top. Depends. Really good use of the flexing here from both teams in terms of this draft. Right now, Blue definitely needs some sort of front line because at the moment they are very, very weak and very susceptible to just getting blown up. So yeah, Jax, pretty good, pretty good. My concern right now is, you know, red team may not necessarily have something to lock up this this area unless, you know, Nifiri can get on top of them, or like one of these snares can land onto one of them. And Udyr is fairly, maybe not the greatest at catching a champion like Zeri and Yuumi, but you know, we'll see. Okay, Aatrox is a solid top laner choice, so I think that Brand is probably gonna go mid, or the Aatrox is gonna go mid. You have to see it. Okay, last pick. Let's see what we got. Darius being hovered right now. Very interesting, very interesting. And my background music failed at me. Let's go. Okay, but we're about to get into Champions Select anyways, so I think things should be fine. So we do have a Darius, and we're gonna get ready for draft. Let me just switch back here. Okay, so we do have a fairly interesting 2 comps here. So I don't have ability to pull it up right here, but you know, we do have we have yet to see where it's going to be flexed right now, but I think I can fairly say that, you know, Neferi is probably going to go mid, Jin, Morgana by AC, Udyr jungle, and Darius top on the side of Nightmare Blunt rotation, and then on blue side, can be Zeri, Yuumi bot lane, of course. And then it's just kind of confusing as to where everyone else goes. Brand is probably not going to go top lane. I think we can safely say that. As for Aatrox and Jax, Jax might go somewhere like jungle or top, whereas Aatrox can flex either mid or top. So again, we'll see how things go. And of course, we gotta deal with the classic spectator delay, but you know, no worries, no worries. I gotta pull some music back up again. Should I put DS music or should I just put Champ Select music? Okay, I'll just do this background music. It's fine. Okay, so it's gonna take about 5-6 minutes or so until we get into the actual game, but I'll take this time just to talk about the format, because you know, a lot of people might not be very familiar with it or understand what Fearless Draft is. And to put it very simply is that League is such a huge game at this point. There's, I believe, like over 160 champions at this point, and it's kind of got really ridiculous with just all the power creep and different champions and just a million different spells and abilities that you know, it can get overwhelming for a lot of people. And really what this format does is that after each game, after each team wins, then they are no longer able to use this champion anymore. So for example, as we see here, if a person picked Yuumi and they won and they moved on to the next round, then they wouldn't be able to play Yuumi anymore. It encourages, you know, people to not do one tricks and to just coast through the tournament on their one trick. It encourages, you know, flexibility and forces teams to really be creative in terms of, you know, their picks and really pull out, you know, all their champ pool and put it together. So really, this promotes the best kind of competition, and you know, may the best team win is really how we see it. So I'm looking at draft right now, and it looks like Aatrox is going to go in the top lane, and Jax is going to go in the jungle, and Brand is going to go mid, and then, like I said earlier, on the side of Nightmare Blunt rotation, it's going to be, you know, Darius top, Udyr jungle, and the Neferi mid. So it's going to be fairly interesting. You know, we'll see how things go. I'm really excited. It's going to be a little bit of a daunting task to, you know, solo cast this, also solo observing. So again, forgive me if it's not going to be the, you know, the greatest spectator experience, but I'm gonna do my absolute best to really get through this and bring the hype, because you know, I'm hyped too. I'm really excited. You know, it's a new format. It's been shown off in LCK to great success. We don't have to deal with, you know, Lucian, Nami, Zeri, Lulu every single game. Instead, you know, we'll see some unique picks, and I hope that by the time we get to grand finals, it'll be really, really, really fun. So just about 2 more minutes until spectator delay. You know, I'm not sure what else to say. I guess I can give my prediction here. Based on the comps that I'm kind of seeing right now, I don't know, I feel so, I don't know, nihilistic, or I don't know if that's the word I could really say, but you know, Yuumi's Zeri is just so oppressive at this point, and I feel like no matter how many nerfs there are, there's just gonna be one of those games where Zeri and Yuumi just do their classic, get a pentakill, not get touched, and just zoom around the map. I think that's my prediction, at least, because I'm very pessimistic in that regard. I would like the team that's not Yuumi to win, but again, I'm not going to show my bias. I'm a very, 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 very unbiased in my commentary. But yeah, no, I personally prefer the champs on Nightmare Blunt rotation. I think I'd be more comfortable if I was, you know, say like a Jhin going into the game playing that, as opposed to really relying on Yuumi and Zeri to carry the game. But then again, there's also Brand. You can't count out Brand because sometimes this guy will just do damage that he'll do half your health off of, you know, an E proc on his passive, and you just kind of like, okay, where did my health go? The Yuumi and Zeri aren't even on the map, but I just died to the Brand. So again, not quite sure where I stand. The draft is a little bit wacky. I will say though that blue is definitely playing a bit more meta than red side, because, you know, I'm seeing a lot of Brand. I'm seeing a lot of you know, Aatrox and Jax are very classic champions. And on the side of red side, I think it's a lot of, you know, maybe bit more comfort. I think is on the red side. Maybe they're pulling out more of their pocket picks as opposed to their absolute best champions. So I think we're about ready to get into game. I think we are. Okay. Let me just mute this track right here. Yeah, so just waiting to get into game. Hopefully I got everything right. I think I did. Okay, perfect. So we are in game right now. Let me just do that. Perfect. And we're in game, finally. So we're gonna see if there's maybe, you know, any early game shenanigans. We'll see how it goes. Okay. It looks like there isn't going to be any early game shenanigans. It's just going to be a fairly neutral start. You know, everyone playing in their brushes. Let's see if there's going to be any wards. Looks like, you know, just a pink being placed in the river on blue side, you know, in case there's any invades. Okay. So we have a pause. Interesting pause. Not quite sure what the reason is, but we're gonna switch back to Cassidy for a second until we get that resolved. Looks like it's not anything serious. It's just gonna be a short pause. Hopefully we'll get back into it very soon. Again, shoutouts to Riker. Riker's in the scenes. He's behind the scenes. He's getting through this. Because I'm streaming, I'm not as able to help out with all of the sort of technical problems and the problems you'd expect from, you know, one of these tournaments. You know, people are banning the wrong thing. Where's my top laner? What the hell's happening? My game disconnected. I spilled water on my keyboard. Oh, the cops are calling. Things happen, okay? And I want to shout out Riker for really digging his boots in the dirt and getting out there on the battlefield and helping us out here. So again, shout outs to Riker. If you see him in chat, if you see him on the Discord server at UTLA, just make sure to thank him after the event for the hard work he's putting in. But if you think things are unbalanced, then be sure to blame him, because it's Okay, game is unpaused. And we're back in it. Perfect. My game audio is a little bit low, so I'll put that up. Okay. This might not be the casual experience, but I'll do my best. Okay, so good poke early on, and do we have another pause? Okay, no, we don't. Good. Okay, I'm also going to be looking at, you know, this clearing. And it looks like Udyr started Raptors and is going to be going pathing down to blue, maybe towards bot, whereas, you know, Jax is doing a fairly simple, straightforward, you know, red clear, probably into full clearing as top camps as well. Did notice he did skip the Krug, so it's unlikely that he's going to go bot right away. Top lane is probably just going to be the classic. Oh, we got Pop Ghost. Darius, level 2 is going to be very strong here. Pop Ghost, nothing out of it, but, you know, very good chunk right now. And, oh, you wouldn't think that Zeri level 1 would be all that strong, but Jhin is not in a good spot right now. So fairly entertaining start so far. We're just going to keep our camera locked on the bot lane just for now, as Jax is indeed pathing towards bot lane to see if they can maybe get an angle on it. It does seem a little bit sus, but Jhin is pushing forward here, so there might be an angle for a gank here. Okay, the snare, get the cleanse. Jax is ganking, and that is first blood. Amazing, amazing, amazing gank from Jax. It is going to be traded away. It is unlikely, though, that this Morgana is going to get the kill. Oh, missed the snare, has to flash away. Good start on the side of we're going to die. You know, they didn't die. They did die, like, technically, but, you know, it's fairly even so far. And that first blood gold will really help this Zeri really unlock, you know, her damage potential and really carry the game. So this is not something that, you know, Nightmare Blunt rotation wants. They do not want to have the bot go away. And we have a kill in the top lane. Oops. Okay, it's just another trade. We'll have to see. We might, if nothing's happening, I might have to go back and check that out. But interesting play there. You know, 1-for-1 again. A kill going over to the Jax and the Udyr respectively. So Udyr is ahead right now. I think he is getting a lot more of the camps right now. Jax is kind of just looking to get those ganks in. I am a bit concerned about this top lane right now. I don't feel super confident that, you know, Aatrox can really deal with this Darius, at least in the early levels. And then, let's see. Okay, nothing really going on right now. Brand is just kind of pushing the wave right now. Just making sure to avoid that second Q of Neferi. Gets hit by it. No big deal, though. Just going to reset. Bot lane, also going to reset. It's nothing too crazy right now. Just going to shove the wave out as well. Okay, despite the first blood, red team is going to be ahead of here. Nightmare Blood rotation, seemingly just being better in terms of CS differential. I think a lot of the gold is definitely coming from this jungle. As you know, Jax has been more concerned with ganking as opposed to, you know, clearing the jungle and getting that gold for himself. But, you know, I don't think all the gold in Udyr is necessarily going to break the game. It is just, you know, a matter of how that lead is going to be put in. We got an early Drake star here. Wondering if there's going to be ending contest. Udyr's not anywhere near, so this is likely going to go on the side of we're going to die. Red bot lane also going to back here. And the top side also just going to be pushing in. Also going to be interesting to see who gets grubs here, because, you know, grubs are a really important map objective. It used to be Herald, where, you know, nothing would really happen until it spawns, and grubs is also, you know, encouraging, you know, more of those early fights. And I think that, you know, with the Fury and Udyr right now, I think they might want to fight here and get those grubs. It looks like they will. Udyr is, you know, very good at collecting those grubs, so they're just gonna scare it. Yeah, fair. Other than, you know, the initial. Oh, ghost popped. Aatrox's also gonna. It does not look very good right now. Darius has a lot of space. But you're also gonna be here, like we're gonna secure the kill there. Really rough for this Aatrox. Down gonna be 20 CS down. Gonna have a wave and a half gone. Jax is gonna pick it up, thankfully, but you know it's not looking great right now on the side of we're gonna die. So they're really gonna gonna look for, you know, this bot lane to carry them through this game. And I did talk about this in Champ Select that, you know, this game was gonna hinge on whether or not Yuumi and Zeri could carry this game. They're up in CS and they do have a kill over Jhin, so that's some good news. It's just a matter of if they can extend this lead even further before, you know, Darius can get into his side lane pressure and really cause some chaos. Let's see here. Also want to look at the build. Zeri did opt to buy Cull on their back. Jhin also going lethality. Okay, they're gonna start the fight. They're gonna go in. Good Yuumi ult just to make sure that they don't get chased even further. Oh, great dodge. Wow. I think if Jhin landed one more of those, then definitely with Udyr right there, they would have died. Ooh. Passive on the Fury really messed over Brand there. I think if that stun landed, that would have definitely been death. Some more plays in the top side. Nothing too crazy. Udyr counter jungling. Mid just kind of going back to neutral. I'm curious to see if Udyr is going to go bot here. They do have no flash on the Zeri. Cleanse is up though. So maybe if they consider doing a gank here or not. Okay, we have a disconnect from the Morgana. Quickly reconnected though, so no worries there. They should be back in any moment. Interesting game so far, interesting game. I will say though the top lane is kind of gapped right now. It's a little bit doomed. The Darius is gonna likely take over the game unless there is some action being done on the side of we're gonna die. But you know, we'll see. This game, you know, it's not like high level teams where, you know, one small lead could snowball a game forever. It takes one bad fight, especially with Zeri and Yuumi, to change the tides of this game right back over to we're gonna die favor. Hopefully gonna get back in soon, but if not, it's alright, we can still talk about the game. And we're back in, okay, no worries. I really want to see if Udyr can maybe try to get a gank kill here. I'm not sure if they can dive. Yuumi and Zeri don't have ult here, so it wouldn't be the worst idea, but they're gonna recall instead. And Spectator Clyde is frozen. Don't know why, but alright. Okay, Brand is faring fairly well. I think this brand is fairly confident in their champion and their ability to do damage, so, you know, it isn't all about Zeri Yuumi. Brand is also concerned for the side of Nightmare Blunt rotation. Okay, grubs are gonna spawn as well. Or is that no? That might be Rift Herald. Is it Grubs or is it Rift Herald? I'm not entirely sure. I haven't played the game in a long time. I feel like it should be Grubs though. Okay, all things considered, Aatrox is a level up on Darius, so it isn't all doomed. And they're gonna pop the ult. Let's see. This is almost surely dead. Gonna flash. Oh! Nearly almost outplayed. Wow. Okay, Zarya also here. We got a Fiesta in the top lane. Gonna lock up the stun. Gonna hit the minion. I think Jax might have W'd the minion there. Not sure how that might have changed things, but with Zarya right there, there was a possibility for a kill there. Okay, it is Grubs. The team's gonna lock it up. Whereas the bot lane for red is gonna try to get some more plates on this turret. Yeah, my two biggest concerns, I think Darius is maybe not as big of a concern as I thought. I think it is going to just be more towards if Neferi can lock up this Zeri, lock up this brand, get that assassination, get those kills. Whereas the side of blue is, again, going to look more towards peeling the Zeri and the Yuumi. And then if anything, you have your brand as backup for the DPS. As for Emerald Blunt rotation, I'm just not a big Jhin fan. I really just am not a big fan of this champion. I think when he gets behind, it feels really useless. It also depends on whoever's piloting it, and if they can get those snares and get those 4 shots down. We're gonna see Cloud Drake over here, secured by Emerald Blunt rotation. And what Drake is gonna be? Infernal Soul. Okay. Really, really good for Brand. Also really good for Neferi. So, very, very strong Drake for both sides. Even Drakes, even in terms of grubs as well. So, it's going to be interesting. Darius might be caught out here. Let's see if I smite to slow down. Darius might be able to get off an ult here. And he does get the ult, misses the Q3 on Aatrox, misses the W as well. It's looking really bad. Continue the fight as well. Ooh. Really well played by the Darius there, but also a misplay on the side of Aatrox, missing the Q3 and the W. This Darius, it was looking bad for a second, but I think they're right back in the game. Also a turret play as well. Bot lane. I lost a lot of turret plates as well, so this turret is really low. It doesn't look like there's going to be any gank threat, so they are fairly safe under turret right now. I would like to see the mid laners get a little bit more involved in the game and try and see if they can get some more roam timings to unlock their respective bot lanes. But it is looking like the gentleman's agreement in the mid lane. Just clear our waves, get through it, get to the mid game, and all that. And in terms of gold, it is looking not the greatest on the side of there, and Zeri just completely caught out. Not sure why they were there. Must have been just to get a ward down, but they get killed there. Really unlucky on the side of we're gonna die. Really hoped Zeri was gonna continue scaling, but looks like they're gonna die there. I guess it's also important to point out that top and jungle are getting, to put it simply, gapped right now. I think it's about a 30 CS differential for both, so that's a lot of where Red's gold is at. It's in this top lane, it's in this jungle. Not so much in the bot lane and the mid lane, but really it's putting more and more pressure on Zeri and on Brand to carry this game if top and jungle are so far behind. It has also just been counter jungling this almost, it feels like this whole time, and Jax has kind of just been left in the dark and been starved for resources. Okay, freezing up again. Oh well. Is what it is. Interesting place to freeze frame. Okay, the game is playing, so I guess it's just Riot and their amazing client doing their classic shenanigans. Yeah, not gonna be a kill there on the Udyr. I think it's too much tenacity and ability to get through those slows. We got Siege in the mid lane. Brand is really good at clearing those waves, so it doesn't look like too much of a concern. We might see a play here. Gets the spell shield. Brand ult also played. Gonna get the kill on the Morgana. Really, really good played by the Brand. Gonna get the stun as well. And here's the Yuumi. And the Zeri. Insane pickup. Really well played by the Brand. I think Brand just single-handedly saved this game right there with that play. I think if it wasn't for that, then I think the game might have just snowballed out of control, but with that, they're right back in it. So now if you're on red side, you're kind of thinking like, okay, how do we lock up this Zeri? How do we lock up this Brand? Especially if Brand is going to be playing, more in the back. How can we lock him down? It is kind of just going to be relying on the Jhin to get the snare and the Morgana Q as well. And I suppose Nafir as well, if they can, safely lock onto this. Just like this. A bit caught out. Gonna get stunned. Zeri. Interesting E over the wall. Might get killed by this Darius. Is gonna get killed by the Darius. Aatrox TP'd in. Jhin ult amazing, gonna lock right onto the target. Brand ult. Not gonna quite melt everyone just yet. Darius E gonna lock them up as well. And that's an ace on the side of Nightmare Blunt rotation. And they pulled it right back. Questionable E from the Zeri might have lost that fight and cost them the game as well. 7k gold down is not looking great. Yeah, it isn't over till it's over though. I think now more than anything, we're gonna die. It just needs to slow the game down. And try and see if they can get more items onto the carries. Because I think if they continue fighting right now, with where the Darius and the Udyr is at right now, then it's not going to be great. Okay, we're gonna hopefully see a close game here. I'm hoping for a comeback. Again, I do not want to count out a Zeri Lulu game. But again, we'll see. Fight in the bot lane between Darius and Aatrox is going to be flashing out just to be safe. And not what you want to see. Zeri and Lulu hovering over, gonna get spotted by a ward. Try cover the Aatrox, but again, it might be a little bit too late for them to come back from this game. Big stun on the side of Brand, gonna chunk out this Jhin. Not gonna quite get the extra proc on the passive to kill the Jhin, but still a good chunk regardless. Might be able to get this turret down. Again, any extra gold onto the Zeri, onto this Brand is going to be very useful for this team if they want to come back. Use the Herald in the top lane. Try and maybe see if they can get this tower as well. Got some gold back. That's some bounty gold. You know, they're gonna need that. It is 5k differential, and I did not know how that interaction worked, but Jax is gonna be caught out here and likely killed. Another kill over to this Neferi. 300 bounty and then 450 bounty on this Darius. Zeri coming over, gonna try to challenge the Neferi. Maybe not the greatest idea, but just gonna clear the wave. Level 14 on the Neferi. Level 14 on the Darius. It's not looking great. But I think a lot hinges on the fact that Zeri is so far ahead from Jhin, and Jhin, unless he's ulting and gets this 4th shot, not gonna do a lot of damage. So again, but there's so many threats on red side with, you know, the Darius and the Neferi. It really becomes a concern of if Brand can land those really clutch ults once more. Might get caught by the Udyr here. Not gonna happen. Surprisingly enough, you know, blue team still has a lot of turrets up, and they've been fairly good at, you know, clearing waves and making sure the wave management isn't a disaster. Drake is going to be spawning in a minute and 30, and blue team does not have any wards anywhere near it. I think they're more concerned about, you know, any potential Baron plays, so that's where most of their wards are, not so much around this dragon. But I think in giving up Inferno Soul against this team would also be not a great idea. Will there be any rats? Any rat plays from blue team maybe? Maybe Brand sits in a bush, catches out Neferi or Udyr maybe? Might be their only chance. Yeah, the next fight I'm definitely going to be looking at this area. A little bit of a stalemate here. I think everyone's just kind of clearing waves, waiting for the drag to come up. So he might be caught here. Looks like it won't. Okay, pinging on Drake. Let's see what we got here. Okay, 5 out of Neferi. Pops ult. Not gonna catch anyone just yet. And we gotta fight a Drake. TP coming in from Aatrox is gonna be too late. Gonna go early, gonna steal the Drake. Amazing steal. And amazing ult from Brand as well. Gonna kill that Brand, but again, they just don't have enough resources to get through this. And I don't know if Zeri can kill it, yeah. Again, that Darius just got way too fed. That they might have been able to kill the Jhin, but they wouldn't have been able to kill anyone else. They're not going to go for the end just yet. They're going to get Baron, get their push in, probably get a few inhibitors with this Baron play. Yeah, there was some hope. There was just a tiny bit of hope there. Just a tiny bit. With killing the Jhin, but again, Jhin is kind of useless in this game. I don't think anyone's particularly threatened by Jhin. So, you know, it is what it is. Red team is like, fuck this guy. It's fine if he dies, who cares? Because I'm sure Nefaria and Darius are like, okay, as long as if it's anyone but me, I'm fine. I'm fine. Let's see if anything can happen here. Udyr is caught up by himself, but might be able to get away regardless. Jax popped the ult there as well, hoping they can get something, but again, no luck. 3 towards his bot side, might try to target either Nefaria or Udyr, but I think those 2 champions are fairly safe right now. No need to worry. Jax themselves might get caught out. Zeri is here for backup. Missing the Qs, missing the Qs. Udyr just really tanky, but might get killed here. Udyr getting away, you'd hate to see that. Brand also dying. It's just a top laner, and Zeri and Yuumi. The siege is probably gonna be very deadly right now. I'll try to lock up the Zeri and Yuumi as best as I can, but with no ult on either the Yuumi or the Zeri, it's not looking great. It looks like they're perfectly content with just getting that mid inhibitor. They might be pushing out bot and top, but I think they might just instead opt to clear those camps. Just deny as many gold and starve them out as much as they can. Now it does look really bad. It's 12k gold down, but trust me, Zeri and Yuumi, they got this. Trust me. 12k gold down? Nah, that's nothing. It's all on Darius and it's all on Nefaria. If they die, oh, it's over. It's over. It's fine. It's fine. I'm just coping. They're cooked. It's Jover. It's so Jover. You know, I'm not particularly sad about Yuumi losing, I will admit, but yeah, I was hoping to see a more close game, but what can you do? They had a good start. Or a matter of if they can really pull it back together. I think they might just be stalling a bit. Because they don't have a lot of pushing power is what I've realized. And their brand just dives in the bot lane to Darius. Okay. I don't know why we're tracking the Udyr, but that's just the spectator gap. My bad. I think the one benefit of having only one inhibitor down is you can farm the supers for the XP and for the gold. The Zeri is very vulnerable right now, all by themselves. Yeah, but like I mentioned, like they don't have a lot of siege power, like really. Like Jhin isn't the greatest at, you know, clearing waves. You know, you have Udyr, I guess, but yeah, they're not great. Morgana W's not gonna do a whole lot, given they're in the support role. Nefaria maybe, but again, like it's nothing like Caitlyn or like a Tristana, like nothing like that that will really break open these turrets and have that, you know, oppressiveness. Gotta fight in the jungle. Jax looking like they're gonna be dead. Cleanses. Nefaria's caught out. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. They're cooking. They're cooking. They're cooking. They're cooking, guys. I'm gonna die. It's gonna be 2 for 2 right now. Brand might die. Oh. Okay, I forgot that Darius existed. My bad. They still have Ghost. Ghost is they're gonna flash in. They're gonna kill. I think that's GG. GG's to we're gonna die. You know, they almost had it. They almost had it there with that last fight. GG's though. And that's going to be Nightmare Blunt rotation moving on to the second round. Here we go. Okay. GG's to them. Gotta update the bracket. So moving on, we got We're Gonna Die 0 and Nightmare Blunt rotation 1. And then Team 1 advances as well, I believe. Got that. And then I wonder if 2016 Cavs is finished just yet. I think they might still be in game. Or they're still delayed, I'm not sure just yet. Let me just check. Yeah, so I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be right back. In about 10 minutes or so. And then we'll have the updated bracket and everything set up. We fixed it. Let's fucking go. Never mind, it's being shitty again. Let's say less, I'll run you in Tekken. I'm purple, but I'm gonna... So I don't know what your rank is, but you'll probably run me. Oh shit, okay. Say less. Why is this so scuffed? I hecking love API and Google Sheets.io. It's so cool. I love it when things don't work. It's my favorite. Okay, we're gonna try again and see if it works. Does it work? Question mark? There's nothing on the screen now, we'd love to see it. Shoutouts to technology. Okay, attempt number 2. We're back to the same problem as before. So now we're having issues of images just not appearing. Classic situation. You know, it's nothing at all, you know? It's perfectly fine. Some invalid URL somewhere, but if push comes to shove, then I'll run it raw. Okay, we'll see how it goes. If I can't figure it out, then it is what it is. I'll just kind of run it raw anyways, but like this is kind of ridiculous that like this is happening when it was perfectly fine earlier in the day. And yeah, no, it's just, you know, a classic situation of technical difficulties, but you know, we make up for it. We make up for it. Okay. It's so bad. Everything's so bad. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna switch it up to And nothing is loading. Oh my god. Like just so you can see, there was an image next to me here. There were images down there. There was text down there, and there was text there too. And then my name was here, and there was cool lights and everything all around. But now we're dealing with, you know, this is an analogy for U of T and how we don't get any funding. It's like how I don't get any funding to run this. I'm paying money for this. It wouldn't be called a fiesta for nothing, you know? It wouldn't be called a fiesta for nothing. I'm gonna try one more time to restart the stream. And if it doesn't work, I am just gonna spectate from the client. I love this. 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 Okay. The script is still running. It's